4 words do the trick.
Can I just say, have you seen that Alia Bhatt gif where she's like crying and she's like, oh.
Yes, who hasn't?
Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Jojo and
Shruti. Hello.
Hellos. Are you ready for what I just told you?
Yours.
Were you ready for it when I messaged you?
Yeah, there's no, I knew about it because I just did a live, yesterday. Usme log message kar rahe the. And I was like, ye to ho nahi wala hai, like, you be prepared, please. Tomorrow it's happening.
Oh, so but your live was, they were talking about that he's going to drop a track, no?
Yeah.
EP, I'm asking. Were you ready for EP?
No, not for the EP. Oh, I thought you meant like the song reaction. I was like, to mujhe pata tha aaj gana aane wala hai. No, EP I was not. And then, so apparently lots more happened and within like the past 12 hours or less. Yeah. Right? So now just unleash and tell me the whole progression.
The whole progression.
How it happened. On Twitter especially because I'm not on it. So like, yeah, tell me.
So from what I know, obviously I know he put a story saying new track this Saturday. And then suddenly, I think on Thursday or something, he said that audio will be out at midnight and then visuals in the morning, which has never happened before. So Twitter was already going nuts. Ki ye kya ho raha hai? He's acting so sus and all that. So, and I was wondering, I was like, why is the audio out before the video? Like, I've never seen him do that. So obviously people are like, this aa raha hai, ya ye aa raha hai. There were like 1,000 theories happening. I've never seen Twitter become so alive before a project. Like it was just insane. And I was out. I wasn't even home when the actual midnight in India happened. And and then we knew the song is gonna come, but then suddenly my phone started going crazy. People are just like I can't even scream because like it would be a high pitch that human ears cannot comprehend. So that's what was happening on Twitter. People were going a little bonkers because a 3-track EP dropped, and not just a 3-track EP that itself is shocking, but it had features with TY and TA. Hello. And then Umair has done the music with Jokhay and Robalio as well. It's just the whole thing is mind-boggling.
It's too much to comprehend.
It's too much.
Like it's too much, especially when you don't know whatever. And if you allow yourself to like flow into the hype of it, it's too much.
It's too much.
Like, yeah, fully.
So I think he was trending on Twitter like within 10-15 minutes. I don't know. And
please, पहली बार जब announce किया था, कितने 3-4 words थे, उन्होंने इतनी hype create कर दी थी, तो यहाँ पे इस news के बाद तो तो तबाही होनी थी.
तबाही हो गई, और I think हो रही है. We are actually very good because we were gonna record today anyway the finale of Open Letter, and then he dropped. So we're like, okay, we'll cover the track that he dropped. So we have we've got time for one track today, but we will get to the other 2 on the EP as well. But अभी जिसका video आया है वही हम cover कर लेते हैं. So basically, track 1 is called Kaha Tak and is produced by Jokhay and Umair.
ये बहुत ही beautifully हमारे reactions के अंदर भी segues हो रहे हैं. Like it's quite nice, right?
We've just finished fangirling of both of them. We're so happy.
To God.
So Jokhay and Umair with Krishna. I mean, what else? What else does one want after we just finish Open Letter? है ना? Okay, so चलो उसके अलावा और कुछ लिखा नहीं है यहाँ पे. Artist Krishna, song कहाँ तक, written and performed, produced by mixed and mastered by Ryan Summer, and video credits are Manil Kandwal. Oh, this is the same guy who directed Karma's videos. Very nice.
The new ones.
The new ones that we were talking about him. You know?
Yes.
Okay, so the EP is called Time Will Tell. This one is called Kaha Tak. Let's see what's happening. Ready?
Yes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, play.
बच्चे न सुन पाते ये बिना लिए ऑफेंस, चाहिए नहीं फ्रेंड्स पर चाहिए दोनों मुझे बीमर एक बेंज, बन रहा नहीं सेंस, करे क्यों प्रे फॉर माय एंड, उठा के पेन में लेने ना दूंगा अब चैन, I'll come back and do it again, इंडस्ट्री वाले हैं दोस्त नहीं, जो डालते हैं फोटो एक रोज नहीं, अफसोस है मुझे अफसोस नहीं करता कंपोज में करता हूँ पोज नहीं, आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक रास्ते घातक देखे हैं मैंने भी बदलते रूप पर छोड़ा नहीं आज तक, करूँ ये लास्ट तक जब तक इस धरती पे धूप, भला मैं वो जगह जहाँ सब कोविड से पहले थे मास्क, अब you know that I am the truth, don't make me bring up the past, अब खुलेंगे राज अब होगी फिर गलती महसूस, look at the time it took, निकालने को लगे लाइन में नुक्स, जाऊंगा कल दिखाएंगे दुख पर अंदर से तो ये हो जाएंगे खुश, पूछे ये तू क्यों है स्ट्रेस्ड, तेरे पास सब कुछ है तू क्यों डिप्रेस्ड, होता था हार्ट ऑफ गोल्ड अब हार्ट है कोल्ड, जस्ट लाइक द शोल्डर्स आई यूज्ड टू गेट, मन में रखी है बातें फिर भी शिकायत ना एक, जिस जगह पे नजर ये बांधे उस जगह के लायक ना एक, आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक, मंजिल है मेरी पर दूर, आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक, रुकना ना मुझे मंजूर, आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक, मंजिल है मेरी पर दूर, आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक, रुकना ना मुझे मंजूर, बोलूं तो बोलूं मैं क्या, जब दिया ना साथ तो छोड़ूं मैं क्या, ये गाने हैं मेरे गवाह, कभी ये नातों को जोड़ूंगा ना, सुनी है मैंने भी बातें, सुने हैं मैंने भी ताने, सुनी थी मेरी ये रातें जब मिलते थे फूल तो भरे थे कांटे, आज तेरे और मेरे ना नाते तो हाथ मिलाने क्यों मेरे और आते, आदोंगी वफा कम की न दस न बांधेंगे मेरी ये लाते, किस्मत में जो भी भरोसा हाँ करा भरोसा है, knew that I could, yeah it's true, now that I blew, they saying they always knew that I would, देखे थे मैंने वो days थे grey, रातें काली on that paper chase, छोड़े नहीं मैंने ये paper planes, सपनों के बने या paper planes, करता रहा हसल मैं करता रहा grind, सोच के आता है सभी का time, बोलता था God just give me a sign, he made me $1 out of a dime, only right is only right, I stand my ground and I fight, trusting that days get bright, after the loneliest nights, it's only right, ये बन के घूमे परछाई, एक दिन मैं रखूंगा नीचे ये माइक पर आज वो दिन आए भाई दे, आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक, मंजिल है मेरी पर दूर, आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक, रुकना ना मुझे मंजूर, आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक, मंजिल है मेरी पर दूर, आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक, रुकना ना मुझे मंजूर, आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक, मंजिल है मेरी पर दूर, आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक, रुकना ना मुझे मंजूर, आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक, मंजिल है मेरी पर दूर, आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक, रुकना ना मुझे मंजूर।
क्या हुआ ये? This is very nice.
Mm.
Listen,
man.
that moment was very, the drastic difference between the two moments.
Yeah.
When one lone tally, when people are leaving, when he's kind of not even looking up from stage, he's just looking down and performing because he knows कि कोई है ही नहीं. Versus stadium bhare hue hain. Like that was the most obvious thing to notice first thing. But I'm not talking about what I noticed. I'm more talking about how that leaves an impression on you. Like, ekdam se wo dhakka lagta hai. Like it shows you the reality of a situation. Because when a person becomes really big in what they do and they've like, it's sab bolte hain ki haan main kahan se kahan tak aaya, and like, when it started out, how difficult it was. But to visually see it, it leaves a very different kind of an impression.
Yeah.
It was almost like ऐसे दर्द हो रहा था थोड़ा सा heart में, like, that you feel sad, like you feel bad for somebody, and then you're looking at the success he's gotten, and you know that what it takes, actually no, one maybe doesn't know what it takes for a person to turn that around to that. You can only sit, alag se and see it and सोच सकते हैं हम कि क्या हुआ होगा for a person and what it takes for a person to shift it from, the way it was going and then progress to today what it is. But हम experience नहीं कर सकते, हम दूर से बैठ के बस सोच सकते हैं, like, कि oh, so भारी भरकम track था, while flexing. So, all the flexing kind of got justified because of the visual. I know if I would have heard the track just as is, I was like, while it's sounding really good and the way it started, the larger than life wala jo sound feel tha na, amazing. And that music ka thing that started, it was really good. Like it grabs your attention
Even
immediately.
the static and the white noise that happened.
Superb. Yeah. But I know for a fact that I would have heard it till half and been like, I'm fully there. And I'm like, acha, ye abhi flex mein, full flex mein ja raha hai. So I would have really enjoyed it. But with the visualizer, what it also really did was held my attention by telling me, constantly giving me references to, like how it said, 2013, cut to now. So like, wow.
Yeah. It really, the visualizer really like gave you context for what he's saying in such a real way. There's no other way to put it, because the footage is there for you to see, and that's not enacted, it's not fake. So man, what did you think of the music, the lyrics?
Music first. Music was phenomenal.
Yeah.
That beat, like you can't escape it. The moment it started, I was like, abhi lyrics to baad mein aayenge, abhi ruko, abhi pehle music ne hi lapete mein le liya hai, and is refusing to let go. It was phenomenal. Words, as usual, like it's just, and I don't know if it was just me or he started super slow. It was like this, how dheere se shuru karke, and it's like you're talking about, like, your life, you're talking about things. So it's a very slow progression and without any chatkas. The slow progression just kept going up. And by the end of the song, he was literally like, bars after bars after bars after bars. First line itself mein bars thi, literally. And there were so many, but pehle because I think he was going slower and that impactful, and his singing voice was really good, yeah.
Yes.
Like is pure cheese mein, there was that thing. Right? Ek wo jo hota hai, I'm not, we said it so often, and I think now this has become a norm. That whole thing of that collective therav, which a person, when they know they've arrived, when they've genuinely arrived, they have that control over a situation and over that command over their own delivery, which does not come by faking it. You can't. वो हो ही नहीं सकता. तो जब आप में वो genuine होता है और आप उसको फिर आप उसके साथ खेलना शुरू करते हो, that's when that comes, So he's not trying too hard at all. It's a very laid back feel, and yet what he's speaking is hitting home, and how.
I know.
It was, I mean, ऐसे decode करने जाए तो बहुत सारी ऐसी बातें निकलने वाली हैं.
Yeah. I was just like, okay, this is the same session. That's why I'm kind of bringing it up. We just finished reacting to Open Letter, and after that, we're doing this. I'm already carrying the baggage of the emotions from there right now. So, and they're fitting in beautifully right now in the context of this song, because he's literally addressing his supporters. I won't call them fans. They're his supporters. They've been his support system for him to like stay in the game, right? Otherwise, imagine anyone would have like left and given up. Look at the gigs he was playing at. There's no one in the audience. There was like, the first one was so like stark. There was no one there. Yeah. And then there was like a few people there, and then there were people who were sitting, and it's some kind of weird setting for,
And some 3 people got up and were leaving.
And were leaving.
Performance.
After living through those kind of moments, anyone will be like, this, I'm done. I'm leaving. I need to make my life in something else. No one's appreciating what I have in me. What am I even playing to, So I was just like, this is literally everything I've been saying in my songs in the past about my struggles, which, suddenly everyone, wo line thi na, line mein nuks nikalte and all that. So, ki ho gayi struggle ki baatein, but dekho to se ye hai. Aur ye moments maine jiye hain. So I was just like, man, like your heart kind of sinks now when you see, because I've been at events where there's a singer on stage and people are just busy talking, or they're not really, and it's kind of just like little,
basic courtesy, little respect.
Courtesy, So those kind of things like really get to me. And then I was seeing that, and I was just like, oh man, okay, heartbreak. So that happened. And so I feel like, Awam would just be like, okay, we see it now. That thought happened. I was listening to the lines, and I was like, exactly what you said, that herav in the voice is so evident now. We just talked about it in Touch Base. I don't think some tweets I saw about like, energy wise, I don't think that you need to be a high energy thing. It depends on where you are and how you understand your
One of these tweets, विस्तार से बताओ जरा. What?
Like इतने भी नहीं है, but some people have random thoughts like, oh, energy was low, you know, in that kind of track. And I'm just like, energy low होने का वो है ही नहीं, क्योंकि आपको the intent is coming through in the delivery.
And also it's a very defined and a designed play where, you know, you first begin slow, you create that impact, then you build on that impact. Otherwise, agar everything is directly you will not even feel the dhana. You know, the whole high energy impact comes from the progression.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I loved it. I loved the progression in this. It was
in this. I'm talking about touch base.
Acha. Okay.
Maybe, but ठीक है, like you got to understand, like everything cannot. There's no cookie cutter sort of method. I personally loved that, and in this, like you said, there was progression. As soon as it started, the music really gets to you. Just what's happening, because I was just like, ooh, is it going into, like, is it going into lo-fi? What is happening? But it didn't. And then there was this drop, and there were the strings, and there was some beautifulness happening right there. And then the singing voice came in, which really surprised me. It really surprised me. I was like, have I heard this before? No, I don't think so. From him.
We have, but 1-2 lines here and there, you know, you would sprinkle it and we're like,
humne comment kiya hai, actually. But not this way, like
not this way,
proper, like chorus.
I'm pretty sure this is a very jokhay and umair thing. They must have either pushed him to or said, hum sambhal lenge bhai, aap bas karo. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, or maybe it just came from it. We don't know. However it happened, it was lovely. Because then I was just like, you know, maybe he's done this in older stuff, because there's a lot of his older stuff that we haven't heard. So maybe he's done it. And there's so much he's done with someone who's been at it and who's probably got like the biggest hard drive of unreleased songs. He's probably tried everything, you know. Anyway, so coming to this,
I think now is the time for him to re-release everything of that time, because now I feel in like a very honest way, it's his time. So in a lot of ways, you know, to like today, the sensibility that he holds to revisit all those songs with his current sensibility. You know, I think that would make a world of a difference.
I think so too. Like a whole EP can happen with just those things remastered or rehashed.
Time will tell.
I'm sure. वो था ना line in the key में कि I can drop a best of with songs from my desktop.
Oh my God. Well remembered.
Thanks. Okay, so where was I? So that singy voice happened, which I loved. And the tone, we can't say baritone, but there was a tone that stayed from start to end. And it had the impact of taking you into an emotional place. You know, because even the lines they weren't really, I won't call them flex lines, but they were just kind of like the lesser emo lines, let's say. They were also feeling emo because of the tone. The whole song, the mood was like, just perfect. So Aaya Main Kaha Se Kaha Tak, those 4 lines itself, we'll go over the lyrics, are so they're so motivational, right? Even if you just loop that hook, people will read it before exams. They will read it, listen to it before exams, or they will listen to it before like some big interview or some big like...
Even when you're going through a tough time, because I could totally, so I couldn't directly relate, but currently, like I have a friend who's going through a really tough time. And when I was listening to the song, I was only listening. It's like how when I wasn't putting my situation on and listening. It was almost like I'm putting someone else's, a friend's situation on and listening. And I was like, this is why people listen to such tracks. Because aisi baatein jo fit ho gayi, which otherwise in my life would not make sense. But the moment I took this tough situation and I heard the track currently in that situation, I was like, wait a minute, this is very motivating. It actually pushes you to say, okay, yes, right now, life is not ideal. Life is not the way it should be. I didn't expect it, didn't want it. And yet here I am. So was he. How did he turn it around? And he was persistent. He stuck it out. So it's very motivating the moment you listen to that. Yeah. Ye sab baatein, you know, hame pata hai. Lekin jis tarah one artist puts it into words and then pushes it and you hear it at the right time, it makes a world of a difference. And that's what happened right now while listening. Yeah.
And we keep repeating ourselves when we say this, like, you know, like there's music you listen to at the right moment. The first time you hear it may not be that moment, but when you hear it again, and yes, like anyone who needs some kind of motivation for anything they're about to do or is going through a time where they're thinking of giving up on something, this is the track you go to. This is the track you go to, because not only has he like told a story about himself, he's also made it so easy to just connect with the idea of I have pat yourself on the back because you've done so much already. Don't forget that. Aaya main kahan se kahan tak. I've actually done these things, but manzil hai meri ab dur, but I still have a long way to go. So apply that to your own life. Don't forget the stuff you've already done and give up. You still have a long way to go, but you've already done a lot. Because you know what, we tend to forget the hard work we've done already. We're just like, yeah, I've not reached where I want to reach, and you know, all that happens. And you just you got to be kinder to yourself, which is the underlying message also here. I'm just going to quickly pull up the lyrics because hum ek baar pad lete hain. There were some very beautiful lines.
On the onset of lyrics, what's been tickling me no end from the second, you know, you sent me the song and I've queued it, is how the first line is answering the EP and the song ka name put together, and how it is so dynamic that meaning and whatever can keep changing. Like I say, Aaya main kahan se kahan tak, time will tell kahan tak. Right? Or if you flip it around and say, Kaha Tak, time will tell. Aaya main kahan se kahan tak. So it's suddenly opening so many possibilities in my brain. Where I'm like, acha, this can be played out really well with even the other songs. And it's actually exciting me to know what the, you know, song names are, what the song will be. Yeah.
Song names, so we know.
I don't know, but I'm also kind of like leaving it as a surprise.
We know, I can pull it up and check right
I know,
now.
but I don't want to.
You don't want me to? Oh,
actually, we could. Now we could. Tell. We could.
I think the second one is. Oh, go on. Finish your thought. Finish your thought. I'm saying the second one is Not Gonna Lie, NGL with Eunice, and the last one is Been a While.
Time will tell, been a while, time will tell. Like, it's just the way the EP name has been thought out. It is also literally like kind of a, you know, how his double, triple, 4-time meaning kind of things are. Right? Like quadra, So literally the names and the EP name is also doing that. And that was really tickling me. So I was like, even before we begin the lyrics. So, you know.
Very good point. I don't know where, maybe time will tell, where time will tell comes in the EP.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Kaha tak, chalo.
I think आएगा किसी गाने में तो आएगा. ये phrase. Okay, intro. आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक, मंजिल है मेरी पर दूर. आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक, रुकना ना मुझे मंजूर. Oof. So good. Okay, verse 1. लग रहे ये tense. मेरी अब बातें ना सुन पाते ये बिना लिए offense. चाहिए नहीं friends.
बोलो, वापस बोलो.
नहीं वो नहीं है ad-lib नहीं. I'm just, that's my ad-lib tone.
I know.
Okay. चाहिए नहीं friends, पर चाहिए दोनों मुझे बीमर एक बेंज दोनों. बन रहा नहीं sense. करे क्यों pay for my end. करे क्यों pay for my end. बन रहा नहीं sense. करे क्यों pay for my end. उठा के पेन मैं लेने ना दूंगा अब चैन. I'll come back and do it again. Yeah, dude, this part.
It's true, right?
Kind of made sense also because itna lamba break.
Yeah, and no, generally in life also, when we are making ends meet, sometimes it becomes that what are we trying to earn money for just to make ends meet, and then after those ends are met, there's nothing left. So again, so you're only making money to like kind of make ends meet and not really live. So even if it doesn't make sense how you keep going, you know, still just keep going. But I'll come back, and how the next line is like I'm sure it has many more meanings, but this is yet another meaning that can be taken out of it. So wow,
I'll persevere. I'll come back and do it again. That's industry wale hai dost nahi. I was thinking when this line came and in the video he's like hugging someone, I was like, that person will feel so bad, baby. But I am your friendship. You put me in this line. Okay. Industry wale hai dost nahi, jo डालते हैं photo एक रोज नई. अफसोस है मुझे अफसोस नहीं करता. This the rhymes here, man. अफसोस है मुझे अफसोस नहीं करता. Compose मैं करता हूँ pose नहीं. No.
And in that moment, he's posing, clicking a picture. Yeah.
The standard pose.
Yeah.
आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक, रास्ते घातक देखे हैं मैंने भी बदलते रूप, पर छोड़ा नहीं आज तक, करूं ये लास्ट तक जब तक इस धरती पे धूप. पला मैं वो जगह जहां सब कोविड से पहले थे masked up. You know that I'm the truth. Don't make me bring up the past. अब खोलेंगे राज, अब होगी फिर गलती महसूस. Look at the time it took. निकालने को लगे. Look at the time it took. Like look at the footage here. Yeah. And then निकालने को लगे लाइन में नुक्स. जाऊंगा कल, दिखाएंगे दुख, पर अंदर से तो ये हो जाएंगे खुश. So okay, there's a lot of fakeness around. I'm getting that vibe from all these lines, you know. That they're taking my picture, they're taking all of that. Okay. Then this really got me. पूछे ये, तू क्यों है stressed? तेरे पास सब कुछ है, तू क्यों depressed? So, people don't get it. And then this line, होता था heart of gold, अब heart है cold. How all that changes you.
It just takes all the emotions out of you. Suddenly you feel so, you want to feel, but after you've been through something like that, sometimes it's not in your control. You can't, you want to feel, but you can't feel it because, the experience that you go through it, now it's left you so cold that how do you go back to it? Even if you want to, you can't because, emotions ka jo turmoil hota hai, ya aisi cheezon ko sehne ke baad, jo turmoil one goes through, you can't change it. Like it takes a lot.
I know. It takes a lot and probably never really completely happens.
Exactly.
And that's why I feel like people who are innocent nobody should hurt them in the world because, their innocence will be gone and then they'll never be the same again.
Yep.
And that is what like I took from this line, ab heart hai cold, like, no, just like the shoulders I used to get. Heart hai cold, just like the shoulders I used to get. Man,
kitna silly cold.
I know, cold shoulder ka like kitna beautiful use kiya hai, kitna like
Yes.
sad use kiya hai. You're just like,
you're
like laughing at the thing also, but you're like, oh damn, that's so sad. मन में रखी है बातें बातें, फिर भी शिकायत ना एक एक, जिस जगह पे नजर ये बांधे उस जगह के लायक ना एक. Okay, but फिर भी शिकायत ना एक. Okay. And then the chorus, verse 2. बोलूं तो बोलूं मैं क्या, जब दिया ना साथ तो छोड़ूं मैं क्या. ये गाने हैं मेरे गवाह, कभी इन हाथों को जोड़ूंगा ना. सुनिए अब मैंने भी बातें, this part. सुनी है मैंने भी बातें, सुने हैं मैंने भी ताने, सुनी थी मेरी ये रातें, जब मिलते थे फूल तो भरे थे कांटे. The amount of hate he gets online, can we just like talk about it? Or maybe okay.
I wouldn't know. Yeah, tell me about it because I'm not on Twitter and like I don't follow the hip hop circles that much, so मेरे को actually पता नहीं लगता ये सब.
Okay, we'll discuss it after the lyrics. आज तेरे और मेरे ना नाते, तो हाथ मिलाने क्यों मेरे और आते. I don't give up. I'm kicking up dust. ना बांधेंगे मेरी ये लाते. किस्मत ने जो भी परोसा, हाँ करा भरोसा है. I knew that I could. Yeah, it's true. Not that I blew. They're saying they always knew that I would. देखे थे मैंने वो days थे grey, रातें काली on that paper chase. छोड़े नहीं मैंने ये paper planes. Oh, सपने के यहाँ paper, सपनों के बने यहाँ paper. रहा hustle, मैं करता रहा grind, सोच के आता है सभी का time. बोलता था God, just give me a sign. He made me $1 out of a dime. Damn. Only right, it's only right. I stand my ground and I fight. Trust that days get bright after the loneliest nights. Man, it takes a lot of faith and trust. It's only right, it's only right. ये बन के घूमे परछाई. एक दिन मैं रखूंगा नीचे ये mic, पर आज वो दिन ना है भाई. देख, आया मैं कहाँ से कहाँ तक. That last line, super emotional. एक दिन मैं रखूंगा नीचे ये mic, but not today, my brother.
It's a very when you go through the lyrics, I think it's a very hard-hitting song, doubly so. So I get it that when you listen to a song like a few times, the impact that it leaves by the end of it is not the same impact that one began with the first song, with the first listen. ये वो वाला गाना है, इसमें वो feel हो रहा है. That first वाला already है, but like right now you went through the lyrics, so in my head, kinda we've gone through the song twice now because of the lyrics, right? And already I know that now when I listen to the song, it's going to be a lot more emotional and a lot more like, like the kind that gets its hooks in you. And then like, you feel the ouch a lot more with such a song.
The knife twisting, as I like to.
Yes, I feel the ouch. Yes.
Yeah. And like I'm just seeing in the video, there are so many parts where the past present comes, past present, that whole like juxtaposition positioning is happening. And it's whoever's edited it, by the way, really good job.
Yeah.
Oh, Manil Karnwal.
Fantastically done. Yeah.
Very nicely done, because even like there was I remember seeing this. He's looking like this on stage, and then in the present he's in the parking lot and he's looking like this on it's the same. There's little things like that. So now that we've gone through the lyrics, when we watch this video again with all this past footage and the new footage and all of that, it'll definitely.
मतलब ये बहुत emo song है यार. I did not expect it.
I didn't expect it also.
Yeah. मतलब flexi होते हुए emo है. It's a very good mix. It's not a mix that comes around very often. You know, या तो emo tracks होते हैं या flexi tracks होते हैं.
It doesn't
यहाँ
feel
पे-
flexi, does
Exactly, but है.
थोड़ा
Second
सा?
half में, yeah, progression होने के बाद second half में primarily मुझे तो ऐसे ही लगा कि full on flexi zone में जा रहा था. So which is what I mean that उसका जो मतलब, like I don't know, just the mix of it is fantastic because it's for someone like me who doesn't like flexi tracks, I'm also really liking it. Like, you know,
It's the vibe. I feel it's the music, the tone, the singing, and
yes,
the rhyme
everything
schemes.
mixed together.
There's
The
so
balance
much
is
like
phenomenal.
smoothness happening.
Yep.
Is that the word? I think smoothness is happening.
Yeah.
That all those thoughts are also gliding through.
Yeah.
है ना?
Yeah.
And
I think the way it's been presented, like thoughts बहुत ही flexi हैं, लेकिन नहीं, presentation flexi है, thoughts भारी हैं and emo हैं. So it's like when emotional stuff is presented in a flexi way, it kind of leaves your senses a little like confused.
Yeah,
You're like, wait, क्या हुआ? अच्छा लगा, लेकिन हुआ क्या? हाँ, but कुछ तो हुआ. Like, you know, it's like
मैं कौन हूँ, मैं कहाँ हूँ?
वही,
हाँ.
हाँ, ना अपना moment है. Flexi in a non way. But yeah.
Did you feel like this was in the OG zone?
Okay, I'm going to say something which might piss a lot of people off. Is there anything that recently, Krishna drops, which is not in the OG zone?
No. OG, his song OG.
Oh, it's song. I thought
हाँ.
like a OG, like a reference word. I was like, सारे गाने तो काफी
नहीं,
OG
वो तो
होते
है,
हैं.
वो तो है. But this, remember that song was emotional.
No, I do remember it, yeah, but I don't think so. I think the two are drastically different. I mean, I did not think of that. If I would have, it would have कि मैंने ऐसा कुछ similar सुना है. But I don't think they can qualify as being in the same. I mean, genre same हो सकता है. I mean, if we really need to put it, you know, back to back and say. लेकिन
vibe, I was thinking like thoughts wise and all. No, na, I feel
नहीं, मुझे ऐसा vibe कृष्णा के किसी भी और गाने से आज तक नहीं आया है. इस type का. So whatever has been done, whether it was in terms of, you know, the music, the lyrics, the production, just the entire presentation, it's very different from whatever little bit that I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all the tweeters.
Schitt's Creek tweeters.
Follow us on tweeters. Okay, so coming to, since that happened, I feel like we'll come to tweeters later, but this particular track, I felt like it was addressing a lot of the current chatter and doing it from a very human plane, not a flexi rapper plane at all. It was like, y'all don't really, you know, like I appreciate y'all and I know you've been my supporters. Maybe sometimes you kind of need a little reminding ki there's stuff that's going on. And I also want to say that because, like, you know, like I was saying, he gets so much hate. Wo lines mein, he's kind of talking to that phenomena, right? He's speaking to bahut sune hai tane aur ye hai wo hai. To jo situations wo roz dekhta hai or, you know, that come at him on the regular, he's trying to address that, but in a very like bro way, like, you know, bro, there's all this stuff that's happened that I've been through. There's a lot of moments where I've felt dejected and down and all of that journey. I'm here and I still see everything that comes at me and it affects me in certain ways. Don't think that it doesn't affect me.
और वो बातें दिल में रखता हूँ.
और वो बातें दिल में रखता हूँ, मैं कहता नहीं, वो भी कहा.
Correct.
So I feel like people forget because the trolling is so easy now. We just pick up our phones and we troll. And we just maro whatever comment. And we just like, you know, we just, sorry, pardon my French, but we piss all over someone's work, you know, like without a second thought, not knowing what has gone into it. Sometimes I feel like internet should also be age restricted, you know, like driving or alcohol. Anyway, that thought aside, I feel like
interesting thought though. A very interesting thought.
I'm sounding like one. Anyway,
parallel worlds exist right here. This should be one parallel world that exists. It's a very interesting thought.
हाँ, so वो बहुत ही bro way में बताई है अपनी POV, which I liked, which was very different from the OG zone.
Yeah.
So, hey, I like it. I like the start. Kaha se kaha tak.
It leaves you wanting to discuss, but
it leaves you wanting to discuss. Yes. Can we discuss the strategy? I'm sorry, but I don't know who manages to create so much hype on Twitter or everywhere else the way this man does. And it's not because like other people are like, not to take anything away from anyone who's releasing music or dropping stuff, but there's just a certain level of passion that his fan base has for him. And for someone to have created that, you know, people don't just love you because they love your music. They love you for other reasons which are far beyond that. For who you are, they connect with you because of your story or your journey, or you know, how you meet them maybe, or just like there are multiple reasons. It's not easy to have that kind of love and that kind of strong bond / connection with your listeners. And it comes across whenever something gets announced. Anyway, this is just very beautiful to see someone like have this. It's lovely. And the way Awam just goes batshit crazy on Twitter. It just I've left speechless and shocked every time. इस टाइम तो कुछ और ही हो गया, मतलब ट्रैक का अनाउंस किया था और EP. So there's also a very good like smart strategy thinking brain at play na here, which you can tell.
Correct.
No news, no atapata, just said track and dropped an EP. So very nice. And then there are people who have hype online, you know, but they've announced the project. They've kind of like, okay, album is coming, release the poster, ye wo. यहाँ पे कुछ बिना किए इतना हो जाता है, तो I'm just very shocked. But
नहीं, कुछ तो कहते हैं 3 words 4 words, like, you know, 4 words do the trick.
Can I just say, have you seen that Alia Bhatt gif where she's like crying and she's like, oh.
Yes, who hasn't? Yes.
I feel that perfectly like sums up Awam when this EP dropped, and the moment they must have seen that it's an EP.
This is dropped 6 hours back.
Yeah.
And over there, what is it trending on so far? Like,
here तो नहीं है कुछ.
यहाँ पे 15 पे है अभी, और अभी 6 घंटे ही हुए हैं.
Oh wow.
Hardly. Yeah, already 386K views so far.
That's on YouTube. In music, is it in music?
Correct. Music, is it?
Does it say number 15 on trending in music, or is it number 15 on trending?
For music. No, for music.
Yeah. He was trending
crazy.
On like 15-20 minutes, I think.
Oof.
Okay. Now that is aside, I think we will end this here, because kaha se kaha tak hum baatein le aaye hain. This was lovely though.
See, we noticed this last time as well. He chooses song names in such a way which just flow so easy that we use it Rose ki Zindagi mein, Kaha Se Kaha Tak. What was that? Once again. Was it once again? What was that one? Last time, which aisa hi ek gana tha, which was like so easy to like kind of talk about. No. Uske baad,
I guess
was also like that. That's why we had discussed this.
That
to use a name in such a way which is so easy, rolls off the tongue so easy. So nice.
Very nice. I liked it. We will get to track 2 and track 3. I mean, Young Stunners, Krishna. I feel like, can I just say that when a concert ever happens with all of them on stage together, I feel like
we should have ambulances on standby.
Yes, that also. But I used to wish for it. I've been wishing for it for a while, that one day I want to see that both of them on, like, both these acts on stage together. Like, that is my wish list. And I was thinking, just for quarantine, because that was the only song up until now. Now there are 4 songs can be just, and there might be more in the future, because the Lyrics project hasn't come.
Maybe that's the future strategy.
Maybe.
You never know.
Yeah, but I was thinking, if they ever get on stage together, it'll be happen in a Dubai first, I feel, you know.
Yeah.
Or kahin possibility nahi hai, but Dubai mein ho sakta hai. And then all these tracks will happen on one stage. Oh my god. Just imagining it in my head, very excited. Okay. Anywho, with that wish, we will end this here. Let us know your thoughts on this track, how it made you feel, what you loved about it, and your favorite lines, what hit you the most. It's a very emotional track, so leave all that in the comments, and hum track 2 or track 3 cover karenge, but in another session. So until then, take care of yourselves. Follow Miss Bhola there on Insta, SHRUTSPA, do support the channel, and we'll see you in the next one. Live long and prosper. Bye.
आया मैं कहां से कहां तक, मंजिल है मेरी पर दूर, आया मैं कहां से कहां तक, रुकना ना मुझे मंजूर, आया मैं कहां से कहां तक, मंजिल है मेरी पर दूर.